Hello and welcome to Alumni Stadium here for our live stream broadcast of varsity football here today as Braintree getting set to take on Holliston. Mike Wassel and TJ Chamberlain on hand, and a very special day here today, TJ, commemorating a fallen classmate and really a nice special touch before the game here to honor his life. You want to give a little insight on that?
Yeah, David, definitely. He's the type of guy that's like, if you were in a bad mood, he would certainly light up the mood. I had very limited interactions with him. Of course, I've been around Braintree football for over the last decade, though. David was certainly a guy, even though I had a few interactions with him, he will dearly be missed by not only us here in Braintree, but his fellow classmates and teammates as well.
So a very special moment before. A sad day here today, but also a very happy day in the fact that his life will now be remembered all the time here in Braintree and forever here for Braintree football. He'll always be with Braintree football, and hopefully the Wamps can secure a victory here today for him.
Yeah, definitely. That would be, as I would say, the icing on the cake at this point.
So we have the opening coin toss. We'll have the opening kickoff momentarily as well. And Braintree, first home game of the season, coming here beginning of October. So long wait for Braintree to get their first home game.
Yeah, definitely, and especially the first 3 games of the season. It's been basically a roller coaster since first game against Framingham. Did not look pretty at all. Then at Stoughton week 2, looked like they had it with 2 kickoff touchdowns. Then the touchdown by Jonah Lee for Stoughton with just 2 seconds left. And then last week the 28-0 shutout.
So we get ready for the national anthem. We'll pause for that, and then we will bring you back to the start of the ball game right after this. Nice job by the Braintree band. So we're getting ready for the opening kickoff. So it's been a slow start here for the Braintree football season. Looking for a home win here today. Where they have the 2 games, TJ? You said Framingham and Stoughton, both road games.
Yeah, both road games coming into tonight, 1 and 2, looking to get at 500. And I mean, first month of the season, like, you got to try to just get everything going. Took a little bit later for Braintree, but now I feel like they got everything in motion, and hopefully we have a very big win tonight.
So Braintree will receive to begin the ball game. 12-minute quarters. And Braintree, of course, in their home blue uniforms with the gray letters. As we get ready for the kickoff. And it will be a short kick fielded by Braintree, and this will be good starting field position at the 41-yard line. So Braintree with a quick start. Interesting kicking choice there. That was not a deep kick.
Yeah, it definitely looked like the kicker didn't get all of it. for Holliston. I mean, at this point, it's early in the game. You want to try to get Braintree as far back as in their own territory as possible, but not start almost at midfield to begin the game.
So we'll see what type of offensive possession Braintree can put on display here in the first possession. So first opportunity here is a running play and a very minimal gain for Braintree. A very short carry there. And we're probably going to see a couple tailbacks here today for Braintree. Franciosa Johnson, the primary ball carrier for Braintree, with Tellier at quarterback.
Yeah, then there's also, we just had that short gain, Stephen Luongo, Jr. for Braintree. Now it's 2nd and 10.
So it'll be a second down. Like you said, 2nd and 10, and here is the ball carrier. And not much there again. Holliston with a couple of quick stops. Another short carry. Just have to try and keep an eye on these jerseys. Braintree with lots of bodies in there. As Holliston now will have a 3rd down, trying to get Braintree off the field. So an interesting non-league game here against Holliston, not a type of team that you would expect Braintree to be facing.
Yeah, you do not expect Braintree to face Holliston. It's only happened a certain amount of times just now. Looks like with 2 receivers on the right side, 1 on the left, could be somewhat of a deep play. Oh, nope, never mind.
Braintree with a running play as they get just shy of the midfield mark, and that'll be a 4th down. So we'll see what Braintree decides to do here. It's going to be 4th down and short on the carry there. It looks like that was Brooks. You had talked about maybe Brooks being banged up, but it looks like he is out there here to at least begin the game, the junior running back. And Braintree does have a decision on their hands here, TJ, here with 9:45 to go. It's going to be a 4th down and a couple. And it looks like they are going to punt. But you never know. It could be a fake punt type of situation. But early in the ball game, you don't want to take any chances. And that's what Braintree will do. The kick is fumbled. And Braintree fell on the ball initially. And it is a Braintree football. So that did not take long for Holliston to make the mistake. And that was a couple of players for Holliston in there trying to recover that ball.
Yeah, that was a picture-perfect punt by Tellier. The thing is, the punt returner for Holliston he had the ball for a second and then just slipped right through his fingers.
Well, it had some backspin on it too, so it made it very difficult for the punt returner to catch that one cleanly. But that's always your biggest pet peeve as a coach, is you cannot afford fumbles, and especially on that situation after your team just created a 3-and-out. Now Braintree will have a handoff and another small gain. Braintree not getting really much going on the ground here to start, and there's another carry for Brooks as he was bottled up in the backfield.
Also, kind of getting back to what you were saying before, he had no clue on if Brooks was playing. He was banged up in the Stone game a couple weeks ago. Pretty sure he sat out last week. Now back playing this week, and so far, I'm trying to get everything back going with that week off.
So with 8:45 to go, running clock here in a 0-0 game, although for some reason the scoreboard reads 6-0. And Braintree fakes. Here is the throw from Tellier, and it's incomplete off the outstretched hands, as it looked like the Wamps had an opportunity there. Very tough to read the Braintree jerseys as they don't turn those backs quick enough. Looked like that was
James Lee. He had a chance to get that towards the end, and then he got taken down by, I believe, Owen Zagorski, I believe that's how it's pronounced. These long names sometimes, Mike.
But nonetheless, Braintree with another 3rd and long. With 8.5 to go here in the opening quarter. And the fake handoff. Here is the throw from Tellier. It's complete. And getting close to the goal line. Touchdown. Braintree with the opening score.
That way to strike early, Tellier.
Nice pass from Tellier.
Kevin McGurn with the touchdown reception there.
So McGurn with the touchdown. We talked about him being focused in this Braintree offense and as a tight end.
Yeah, mentioned that before the game. I with a guy like McGurn.
83.
And it's like when you least expect him to strike, there he is, right place, right time. Right there was an example. He was right place, right time, pitch, a perfect throw from Tellier. Gets 6 to Braintree, as scoreboard now says 6-6.
And the extra point is no good. That's been a problem here for Braintree. I was looking back at that game against Stoughton, losing in the end on an extra point at the end of that game, so you would assume that at some point Braintree had missed either an extra point or gone for 2 and did not get it. So their special team struggles put on display here. So with 8:23 to go here in the opening quarter, Braintree has the lead, but not as good as you would like for Braintree. They have the lead, but there's a lot of things that Braintree can improve on here in this first quarter. But Holliston, obviously, with that costly fumble, turning into the game's first points.
Yeah, and also another thing, as we were mentioning earlier, you do not want, especially after a 3 and out early in the game, have a fumble near your own red zone. Which Braintree got the ball at the 21, so really it was just a short amount of distance that they had to go, which it resulted in 6. And kicking this year has not been a strong suit for Braintree. I mean, the Stone game was an example because there was an extra point missed, and then towards the end of the game, Braintree went for 2, and that what ended up possibly stopping the game from going to overtime.
So Braintree will indeed send it off. An interesting kicking choice here. It's a bigger body there for Braintree taking the kickoff, as Holliston with a pretty good return as they take it out to the 45-yard line, as the kickoff was returned by number 3, Devin Harding.
Yeah, for a second, looked like he had a chance to possibly take that to the house, though just barely got tripped on that play.
So just the first home game of the season for Braintree, so we'll have to get used to the roster as well as trying to catch some of these numbers on the fly. So difficult here as the game is in motion and the number of bodies in the pile there. It's like 3 or 4 bodies every tackle, so it's definitely tough to read who's got the ball. And then this is a nice handoff, about a 5-yard gain on the carry on first down, as Holliston with really their first offensive opportunity. And that looked like number 54 on the carry, Pierce Alachi. Also don't know how accurate some of these rosters are either.
Yeah, they're going to say exactly a gain of 7 on that play.
So back to pass this time, and the pass is complete for a first down. And they'll get down to the 35-yard line on the completion. TJ Kiley, the quarterback for Holliston, completing the pass.
Yeah, I mean, just taking advantage of the gaps left for Braintree. They're playing zone defense that last play, left the receiver plenty of room to get the first down.
So an opportunity here as they get inside the 27-yard line, 26 if you, depending on where they spot it.
Yeah, that was a gain of, I'd say, probably 7 or 8 there.
Harding on the run there for Holliston.
Yeah, they got to say 7, 2nd and 3 now on Braintree's 27.
So 6:40 to go as the pass is complete out to the far side and down towards the goal line as they be tackled at the 5-yard line. And another first down as that was number 14, Kawhi Lima.
Yeah, Lima, when he caught that, there was no one within like 10 yards of him. So all he had to do was just pick up some extra yards, and now within the goal line.
So an opportunity here for Holliston to either tie or go ahead with the extra point. As they are back to snap with one tailback. And the handoff goes to Harding, who's been featured a lot here in the early going. And he's got a short gain, as he's maybe got a yard there, as he gets down to the 4-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, depending. I think that was like a yard or two.
Always going to depend on the official spot for our eyes from here. Looked like the ref was going out around the 4. Maybe it was at the 3.5.
Yeah, they're going to say the ball's at the... So, yeah, I mean, as you're saying, yeah, I mean, we're above the field right now, so
We
what we're
probably have
seeing
a
might not
better...
be accurate.
Right. Here is the handoff. Short gain again and a flag thrown. Our first flag of the game. And generally in the sign, or this is the flag in the backfield, so it could be a holding call, which would really kill this drive. We also don't have the luxury of the referees broadcasting their call over the loudspeaker system here, so we'll have to try and read some lips. And it looks like a hold is the call. So that's a big penalty. Braintree certainly will love to see that call.
Back to the 12-yard line.
That's not going to be second goal, which Holliston has their odds for what they could do. I mean, there's a chance they could do a run play with Harding, get a couple of yards, or they could possibly look for a pass play to try to get Lima another reception. Because, I mean, he's a guy you can look out for. Because, yeah, he might not have the eye, but he certainly has the speed.
So that will back him up to second down and goal, but it's from the 12.5-yard line, and a stop in the backfield. Nice tackle as Brooks, who's playing both sides of the ball, makes the tackle for Braintree. So it's a running back and a linebacker, which is very customary at the high school level. You don't see it, obviously, as you move on up towards college and then, of course, the professionals. You don't see many players play both sides of the football.
Outside the 15-yard line.
Yeah, Brooks, though, he excels as both a running back and a linebacker, as shown there. He's really using his. He was able to use his speed to get the Harding and have a loss on that play.
So this will be a third and goal from the 15-yard line. So that was actually a 3-yard loss as the quarterback, Kylie, back to pass. Braintree with a pretty good pass rush. And out to the far side, it's just dumped out of bounds, and that will bring up a 4th down. Is this too far for a field goal try? We'll see. Definitely too far to take a punt. I mean, you're not going to punt from here.
I mean, it's at the 15, so if it was a field goal, it would be, I believe, a possible, like...
About a 30, 32.
About 30, 32.
Yeah. And we'll have to see. Looks like they're going to try. I mean, I would try for the field goal here, especially since Braintree missed the extra point. This would cut the lead in half. So they have fixed the scoreboard. It is a 6-0 game, which is exactly what it was, not 6-6. And with 4:07 to go, it will be a field goal try.
Yeah, and I believe that's Nicholas Cotting attempting the kick.
Snap down, good hold, the kick on its way, and the kick is no good. He missed it, wide left.
First down, Braintree.
For a second, it's like had a chance, but then just kept hooking left. And just kept going left. Not going right on that kick, just straight left.
So not a start that Holliston wants to repeat after fumbling the initial punt after they forced Braintree into 3-and-out. Braintree recovered the football and then very quickly scored the opening touchdown. Unfortunately, Braintree missed the extra point. And now here on their ensuing drive, they missed the field goal. after a very costly penalty that backed them up to that 1st and goal from the 12-yard line. So Braintree will take over. And it will be a double reverse handoff and a good carry.
Go!
Here goes Johnson, and he gets out to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, Johnson,
Actually,
he's been
looks
a guy
like Lee is the carrier there, number 25 for Braintree.
Oh, James Lee. For a second, it looked like Johnson, but yeah.
They look very similar, and especially the 3 and the 5. I mean, we're going to try and do the best we can here, TJ, reading those numbers. I mean, it is very difficult on the fly without somebody giving us direction here. But as the game goes on, hopefully things will be smoother. It's so tough in those exchanges to see 2 or 3 different players touch the ball before initially the running back will come away with it.
Brooks is all the way out on this play.
Fake handoff as Tellier will pass. The pass is complete to Garrity. Garrity on the far side has some space as he gets over midfield to the 45-yard line and a Braintree first down.
Correction, Garrity. I don't know why I said Brooks, but it was Garrity.
Garrity, who is Braintree's top receiver, spent a little bit of time last year hurt. That's been something that's been troublesome for him, is staying on the field healthy. So Braintree with the game's only points. With the 6-0 lead over midfield, they get the ball on the Holliston 49. There's Braintree with the 1st and 10. Tellier back to pass, and he does indeed hand it off on the sweep as Braintree with a nice carry.
James
as Lee this time on the look. Maybe 2.5 yards, 3 yards there on the sweep.
Yeah, because he got to, I believe, I think it might have been the 45 or 44.
Spotted inside the 45. So, yes, right at the 44-yard line, TJ. Braintree's offense moving pretty good here on this drive.
Yeah, now we're coming to just about 2.5 minutes left in the first. Braintree's certainly been using the clock up this period.
So it'll be a 2nd down and 6 as Tellier under center. The man in motion. And he fakes it. He's going to bootleg and throw it down the field and nearly picked off. As that was up and over the head of
McGurn. That was intended for McGurn there.
So he had a good target. I mean, McGurn, who scored the touchdown earlier, the Braintree tight end, somebody that they're going to rely on.
Yeah, the thing is just the pressure sent from Holliston kind of just sped up Tellier's reaction, just barely missed McGurn there.
I think also with Tellier on the move, he was kind of wrong-footed there. The throw kind of sailed a bit on him, and he was fortunate that wasn't picked off. That ball was high. McGurn's probably one of the bigger Braintree receivers. He's listed as a tight end, but you could put him in either way. So we'll see what Braintree does here. 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, Brooks in the backfield for Braintree.
Man goes in motion, and the double handoff again. Braintree with some space, and here goes Johnson. Franciosa Johnson inside the 20-yard line, or inside the 25, as that'll be the official spot.
Yeah, I was mentioning before the game about Franciosa Johnson. When he gets the ball, he has certainly a lot of speed.
Very similar stature to Lee as well. 23-25 for Braintree. Very similar heights. They're both tailbacks.
Yeah, and both are pretty
and both
fast
very
too.
heavily involved.
Yeah.
So like you said, Brooks right now behind Tellier as the handoff goes the other way now for number 32 for Braintree, Stephen Luongo.
Yeah, that was
good
his
game.
second carry of the game for him. Short gain there. Now coming to 1:30 left. Of course, Braintree with the McGurn touchdown earlier missed the extra point. Holliston last drive with a missed field goal. Had a chance to score a touchdown holding penalty. Right within the goal line, pushed them back to the 12.
Braintree moving in?
Yeah. Braintree with another chance to put some more points up before the end of the first.
Fake handoff. Now he does go up the middle. And it looks like Brooks on the touch. And a 1st down.
First indication is that it is a 1st down.
So they did not measure here. A lot of times when you get that close towards the yard marker, they will measure. But in this spot, the official says, I don't need to measure. He signaled for the first down. So Braintree with an opportunity here to go up by 2 scores, TJ, in the first quarter, although we're under a minute left now in the opening quarter.
Yeah, and another thing I was mentioning earlier, Braintree's been really good draining the clock so when Holliston gets it back, it wouldn't be in the first. Now coming to just about 35 seconds left.
No real rush here for Braintree. As Braintree with the
Brooksy.
handoff, and Brooks gets inside the 10. They'll mark him right at the 10-yard line. And Braintree will have an opportunity here, maybe for one more play. There's 20 seconds and the clock moving.
Yeah, the thing is, they could either do overplay or just let the clock run out here.
Yeah, I don't think they're not running a play
Yeah,
here.
looks like they're just letting it run out.
So Braintree with a very successful first quarter, as you see them just signaling to go to the bench. A 6-0 Braintree advantage after 1 quarter of play here over Holliston. Even though there was only 1 score, there was a lot of action here in this quarter. We saw both sides with multiple possessions. And Braintree now with their 3rd drive as we head into the second quarter. But really a game of missed opportunities for both sides. Braintree with the missed extra point, Holliston with the fumble and the missed field goal, and now Braintree on the move looking for a 2-score lead.
Yeah, and again, it's no anyone's game, only 6-0, but it's going to be who capitalizes on the other's mistake. Because Braintree, they had a couple, though Holliston really didn't execute on them.
So we have a break in between quarters. We'll take it as well after 1 quarter of play here at Alumni Stadium. Braintree with a 6-0 advantage over Holliston. We'll be back for second quarter action right after this.
You might feel like there's too many problems in the world, or that, you as a 15-year-old, 16-year-old can't really make a difference.
It's not always about you. It's not just one person. It's a group. It's a team. If we all show up together, that's what it's all about.
I was a part of helping to build what it is today.
I'm really lucky to get to be a part of that legacy.
Just that simple act that takes, 5 or 10 minutes of your time is making a difference and is transforming someone else's life.
Once you get there and realize how much you can change someone's life, it's one of the best feelings in the world.
I'd do anything to convince you just to be a part of this.
You guys keep doing what you're doing, it's something special.
Get up and try something. Just try it. Just go to one event, one action team event.
It'll just make you feel so good about yourself.
Welcome back to Braintree High School here at Alumni Stadium. Start of the second quarter. Mike Wassel and TJ Chamberlain here on the call as we live stream here. Braintree looking to go up by 2 scores as the handoff goes up the middle to Brooks as he gets down inside the 6-yard line.
Yeah, for a second, it looked like it was going to be a gain of 1, then they got pushed another yard or 2 there. It looks like it might be at possibly the 6-yard line.
So Tellier getting some instruction from the sideline. I think this is 4-down territory, in my opinion. It's 3rd and 1. Unless you lose a couple yards here, I think you're going to go for it with Braintree's kicking woes early in this game. And he's so close to the goal line.
Yeah, and again, that's been a pattern all year with kicking. It's not been that reliable for them, so they've been going for it a lot.
Man goes in motion. It's Franciosa Johnson. He gets the touch, and he gets the first down. As Franciosa Johnson will be taken down inside the 5-yard line. They'll mark him at the 4, and Braintree will have a 1st and goal here, TJ, and a good opportunity here to go ahead by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, but definitely could see, possibly could be a rushing touchdown for Johnson, or Teller could try to throw another one for McGurn or quite possibly Garrity here.
Well, Garrity's on the sideline right now, so they're not going in his direction. But I assume they're just going to run the ball. They're going to try and pound it. Looks like Brooks, the lone man behind Tellier in the backfield. And the running back gets the ball. It's Brooks. As he heads towards the goal line, he's going to be stopped just shy. As he'll be stopped at the 1-yard line.
Yep, now it comes to Lee. Switching out Brooks for Lee. Could be possibly a 1 yard touchdown for Lee.
France Joseph Johnson coming out as well. We're just going to have to keep an eye on all the Braintree running backs going in and out of this game to give us a much better idea of who's running, who's not. So many teams with running backs, but you don't generally see a team with 3 running backs that they really swap in and out of the game like this. Most towns have that workhorse that gets the ball.
Yeah, Braintree's been really taking it by committee. Yeah, Tellier's forcing his way in.
Yep. QB sneak touchdown as Tellier brings it home. Probably a smart idea there. Tellier's a big body. They have him listed here on the Braintree roster as 6'5". I don't know if he's that tall, but 195 pounds, and Braintree now with another touchdown. They go up 12-0. Probably go for 2 here to go 14-0.
Yeah, though, for Teller being listed 6'5", I mean,
That's generous.
I can say for the most part that's actually somewhat accurate because I'm like 6'4". We're about the same height, so I can agree that he is about 6'5".
All right, so Braintree getting ready. They are going to try the extra point. I'm a little surprised here. Still going to give work, though. Even though they didn't have a successful one the first time, they do bang this one home. So it looked like Braintree's able to knock home the extra point. Keep an eye on if Braintree has multiple kickers. Generally, you don't see that, but that was a much better kick. I don't know what happened on the first one for Braintree. That looked like... Was that Bonholm kicking for Braintree for 30?
I think it might have been. I think first kicking, it might have been possibly the wrong side of the kicker's foot. It looked more of like kick with the side rather than the front.
So Braintree with a 13-0 score as we have 9:47 to go here in the second quarter in a Braintree kickoff ensuing. Holliston right now being shut out. So this is exactly what Braintree had in mind. This is actually homecoming weekend for Braintree High School. They have a 2-touchdown advantage as they get set to kick it off. And this one will be pooched.
Squib.
That's going to be towards the sideline. It stays in bounds.
I think it might have been.
Did it
just
touch
knocked
the boundary?
out.
Yeah, they did throw that bean bag over there, so...
Yeah.
So they move the ball up to the 40, I believe, with the kick out of bounds.
Yeah, I think it bounced off actually one of Holliston's players' foot.
They did say it was an illegal kick. Yep. I think if Holliston wanted, they could actually make Braintree kick it again. And that looks like what they're going to do.
Yeah, I think they are.
Braintree will kick it again. So that'll be a 5-yard penalty. They'll move it back. Not really sure why you would do that in that situation. Yeah. You would have got the ball right around the 40-yard line. I don't see how much better position they're going to get. Unless they're not allowed to take it. I mean, I don't know if they're allowed to.
Yeah, I mean, they are allowed to.
They could have declined the penalty, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, there is some instances that teams actually do take the yardage, which I'm kind of surprised Holliston didn't, because, again, would have been at just about the 40.
Braintree with the kickoff. This one much better down the field as it'll be received at the 27-yard line. Moving it up the field for Holliston is number 24, Andrew Dennison. So they get out to the 44-yard line on the kickoff return by Dennison.
Yeah, that's a very rare. You see, it's a homecoming game, and just being surrounded by what really thing is you'd expect, because we're at Braintree, just being surrounded by Braintree blue and white, except we're in mainly a sea of just orange.
So nothing going on the initial carry. So Holliston really struggling offensively here in this first half to get much going. Braintree with the only 2 scores of the half. McGurn with the 11-yard touchdown reception, then Tellier with the 1-yard QB sneak to give Braintree a 13-0 advantage, which is where we stand here with 9-10 and the clock moving here in the second quarter.
Now they're going to say that he lost a yard on that, so it's going to be 2nd and 11 at the 44.
Here is the handoff. This will go to number 4, Cooper Olson, and he is tackled in the backfield. Brooks all over the place here, TJ.
Yeah, I mean, you expect Brooks to do that. On the field, it's like you just can't blink when he's on the field because he can be on one side of the field. Next thing you know, whoosh, there he is. Another tackle for Brooks.
Well, we're quickly calling his name often in this contest, and Braintree in another 3rd and 11 against their defense. So they're putting themselves in a good spot to really have success in this game. I mean, anytime you can allow your defense to force the other team to a 3rd and long, 3rd and 10 plus, I mean, that's, for this level, for a high school team to get 10 or 11 yards is very tough.
Yeah,
3rd and 11.
Yeah, though, I'd say a good chance this ball goes to the left. There's nobody on the right side for Holliston.
They're back to pass, and the pass is complete to the tight end, and he's got
yards.
some room. As they'll get down inside the 35, as that was their tight end, number 86, making the play. That was Owen McCarron on the reception.
Yeah, I mean, Braintree, for a while, they've been running the zone defense, which at times it's worked, and then during the pass plays, they've been giving up big yardage in zone. I expect probably during halftime trying to make some adjustments on D because, again, a lot of their big plays have been in zone coverage.
They also find a lot of space in the middle of the field, too, which is not where you want to give up the ball. Here is the carry by Harding, and he gets a nice first down carry, as he is tackled at the 29-yard line.
And gain of 7 on that play.
And they're in the hurry up now. Same play right up the middle, and that'll be close to a first down.
Yeah, I think that might be just short.
Now they're already waving him forward. This far official is very
Very
quick.
quick.
Yeah. I guess either he wants this game to be over fast or he's just going to give a first down anytime that is close. That looked, to me, that was close enough to the yardsticks that I would have probably looked at measuring that. Here's the pass. Open receiver, but incomplete. As the pass was incomplete by TJ Kiley, their quarterback. I think we've actually seen 2 quarterbacks for them early in this game.
No, I think it's been Kiley the whole way. I think there's a couple of plays that's like they had Harding in. But for the most part, we've been seeing Kiley.
We'll see what they do here. After the incomplete pass, that's a 2nd down and 10. Braintree with a 13-0 lead, 6:37 to go on the clock here in the second quarter. The ball will be placed at the 23-yard line. Quarterback with the fake handoff. He's out in the roll now. He's got to receive it wide open, touchdown. I don't know how somebody was so open. That was Brady Sweeney open in the end zone, and Braintree with the defensive collapse as Sweeney with the touchdown. That's a big player out there.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying most of the game was with the zone defense. Just lost track of Sweeney. Next thing you know, bam, wide open just by the goal line, and got 6 there for Holliston there.
So that was a 23-yard touchdown score, as they're going to try for the extra point. High snap, the kick on the way, and the kick is hammered through and good. So they do complete for 7 points, cutting the lead to 6 at 13-7. So Braintree back up by just 1 score. With 6:29 to go here in the first half, Braintree will get the ball back, and we'll see if they can bring together another scoring drive. That was a pretty nice kick.
Yeah, that was definitely had some distance. For a second, it looked like it might have been going possibly on the soccer net. That's what it looked like.
He didn't have a problem with distance on his field goal try earlier in this quarter, or earlier in the first quarter. He just missed it wide left.
Yeah, it had the distance. Just, as you said, for a second, it looked like it was going in, and then just left, even more left. As someone just set off a confetti cannon right next to me.
I don't know if that's allowed here.
Yeah, somebody might be getting thrown out.
Well, AD taking a look over. Well, anytime you kind of set something off like that, like you said, I mean, you're kind of calling attention to yourself, so.
Yeah.
Something like that happens again, I'm sure there'll be a quick exit. But nonetheless, we'll see a kickoff. And it looks like Nick Cotting will send this one deep. I'm assuming he's also doing the kicking duties.
Yeah, I believe he is.
A squib kick.
Get some bounce.
And they can get that. It's a live football. Braintree fortunate to recover that. That was a live ball, TJ.
Yeah, for a second it looked like it was going to bounce out, which I believe Braintree was saying the same thing. Oh, it's probably going to bounce out. But no, it actually bounced more inbounds to the point that they almost lost the football.
Well, you could see all the spin on that ball. You could tell that that ball had trouble written on it.
Yeah.
So Braintree will have a first down. The ball spotted at the 30-yard line. Much easier to tell when it's right on an even marker. .6:29 to go here in the second quarter. Braintree will again have Tellier in the backfield.
Yep, keep an eye for Garrity.
Here's Garrity. The pass is complete as he is tackled at the 41-yard line, and that'll be a first down. So an 11-yard pickup. Nice reception. Good yards after the catch, too.
Yeah, for a second it looked like the ball was going to be low. Garrity actually was able just to barely reach it.
Looked like he was almost horse collar tackled,
Yeah,
too.
I thought there would have been a flag thrown for that, but I don't know if the ref was just being lenient on it. There. But still, first down regardless there.
Here is the handoff to Brooks. And Brooks with a pretty good carry on first down. He's got about 3 yards.
Brooks would not go down for a couple seconds. He wanted to stay right up.
He's a tough character out there. Here goes Franciosa Johnson back into the game. So we've seen Garrity and McGurn, the only two receivers, make a catch. And we've seen three tailbacks. We've seen, obviously, Tellier. So, Brooks coming off. Braintree in no hurry with 5:20 to go. Clock on the move.
Yeah, 2nd and 8.
They only gave him about 2.5 yards on that. But Braintree's moving the football.
Yeah. I got one receiver out. That would be Garrity.
Yep. Garrity on the far side, right? It looked like Holliston jumped offside.
Yeah.
As the carry goes up the middle.
Yeah, it looked like he jumped. But no flag thrown there.
A lot of the times you see jumping on the line, it's usually the offensive side of the ball and a
Yeah,
false
this
start.
time is defense.
Yep. Looks like they've missed a couple calls here on this drive.
Yeah, there's the horse collar call on the Garrity catch, and then what we just saw moments ago.
That would have been a 15-yard penalty, too. That would have been a big call.
Yeah.
So Braintree with a 3rd and 5. With the man in motion, the handoff, a double reverse. Here is Franciosa Johnson, and Johnson is tackled 2 yards shy. He'll be stopped at the 49. That'd actually give him even less yardage.
Yeah, he got pushed back.
He got pushed back. They're going to spot him at the 47, which obviously is well short of the yard to gain.
And so it looks like they're going to be sending the special teams on.
So 3:40 to go. And really no surprise, Braintree punted on their first possession almost in the exact same spot except on the other side of the field. And we'll see if Holliston can field the ball better this time. It'll be number 14, Lima, back there for them to receive this punt. Just one guy back.
Comes Tellier. Not a lot on that punt, though. Certainly a lot of bounce.
Nice carry. Let that ball go. Don't touch it. As the ball is inside the 10, inside the 15, as that'll be spotted close to the 10.
Yeah, I think that might have been the 11.
Close to the 10-yard line. A punt.
So nice, like you said, that ball in the air was not a very long kick, but the ball bounced at least 20 yards. Rolling 20
had
yards.
some bounce on that.
Sometimes that's actually a good thing because when the ball bounces, you can generally get your special teams down the field to down the ball, which is exactly what they did. I mean, even if that ball kept rolling, Braintree could have easily downed it inside the 5 if it kept going that direction.
No, they're going to say the ball's up the 9.
Wow, what a nice kick, as it turned out. Well, Braintree has 3:01 left here in this first half to try and stop this rush of Holliston, who's looking for the tying score, and with an extra point could go ahead.
Although they also have the ball to start the second half as well.
Yep, and on the carry, this is number 9 for them, who's
Pick up a 1.
Gentile, Joey Gentile.
Second down now.
Short gain. So 3 scores in this game. 2 by Braintree, 1 by Holliston. Braintree missed the only extra point. It's 13-7 with 2:35 to go here in the first half. Kylie in the back. Looking to pass. Open receiver. High pass. Caught.
And Andy's able to get both feet in.
Lima with the catch, and then look at that, a flag thrown. That's going to be either for taunting or something after.
I think it might be a penalty on Braintree, actually.
It was after the catch was made. And it looked like Cameron Grieve not very happy with what was called. Number 11 in blue. And we're going to have to wait and see. The official's still deliberating here. That was right in front of head coach Brian Chamberlain.
Yeah, and I mean, he's well noted for, at times, just stating his opinion on certain things. I mean, earlier in the season against Framingham, he actually had a warning against him later on in the game.
And it's a personal foul against Braintree. That's a big call. That's 15 yards. So the initial glance, you could see that Holliston was coming out of the catch, clapping their hands. So I had a feeling it was against Braintree. They didn't really say exactly, at least signaling. They just said personal foul. So that could have been a number of things. It could have been an unnecessary hit out of bounds. It could have been taunting, could have been a handful of things.
Yeah, it's safe to say that it was on Grieve.
Nonetheless, it's against Braintree, that's for sure.
Yeah. Oh,
Here's the
a
carry
gap.
up the middle. Harding with a lot of room as he's tackled at the 49, just shy of midfield.
Yeah, there was a wide open gap there for Harding there.
Yep.
It is a first down. And timeout.
Just about 2 minutes to halftime.
Here is the
Read it
carry,
again.
and Harding could not be stopped as he dives forward to the 43-yard line. So Braintree having some trouble getting him in the backfield. He's been slippery.
Yeah, he's been breaking his way through the Braintree defense this game.
So Holliston moving the ball down the field. Clock's still moving. And it looks like a timeout will be taken now. by Holliston. 1:36 left on the clock. No real surprise. They still got a long way to go here to score, but they've had a lot of chunk plays here in this second quarter.
Yeah, I mean, they're looking to get at least some points on the board, even if it's a field goal. They get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, even a field goal would pull them within 3. They did miss their earlier field goal try.
So right now it's 13-7. Could have possibly been 13-10 right now.
So a long timeout here as both sides talk it over. The Braintree defense looking to make a stand.
So 2nd and 2 now, 1:36 left in the second half. Lima, he's a guy to be looking out for this play because, again, that speed is certainly going to be in effect here.
Back to pass, and he's going to take off with it. Kylie, not really a ton of room there to take off, and he gets the first down.
Yeah, someone for Holliston lost their helmet on that play.
That was number 56, looked like. Grant Harper. And they are going to give a first down.
And now in Braintree territory, as Holliston, they've been trying to use as very little clock as possible. Because there's just about 3 minutes left in the half when they got the ball. Now it's 1:28, and they've already marched their way into Braintree territory.
Kylie back to pass. A lot of time in the backfield. No Braintree rushers getting over there. As he rolls left, the pass is incomplete. Tough catch along that sideline as he was spinning left.
That's intended for Harding.
Yep, Harding, he's not only been their star running back, but he's almost made a miraculous catch down on the sideline.
And so they've been giving him the ball this game.
He's clearly been a focal point of their offense.
Now
So
2nd and 10.
Ball placed at the 39-yard line. Kylie back to pass. Braintree with some pressure, could not get there. As Kylie will take off with the ball, and he'll get a few yards, but that's taking a lot of time off the clock and not getting many yards. That was Braintree's number 40 who was in on the pressure.
Perry Lane. Lane had a chance to sack him, just barely missed it. Kylie was using his legs. He's been using his legs a lot this game.
He's a small guy out there for a quarterback. We don't have their heights listed, but he's definitely not one of the biggest kids on the team, that's for sure.
Also, kind of getting back to what you were saying, since we have Braintree's both Mario Francis Johnson and James Lee, both 5'10".
Oh, nice hit there in the backfield as Braintree stops. That was Brooks on the initial hit.
Brooks has been having himself a game both offensively and defensively.
Not sure of the play call there on 3rd down and 5, a running play. They didn't get it. It's 4th down and 4 now, and with 1:03, they take a timeout. So I would assume they must be going for this, because why would you take a timeout if you're gonna kick the field goal? You don't want to give the other team more time. Must be going for it here. So 1:03 left here in the first half. Braintree holding on to a 13-7 lead. And Holliston has had opportunities here in this game. They have one touchdown. They missed a field goal, and they're in field goal range now if they want to take it. It would be a very long field goal.
Yeah, I think they're going for it.
Might as well at this point.
As you're at the 33, a field
Almost
goal
a
would be
50-yarder.
Yeah. Unless you got someone with a very strong leg. I don't know why you'd go for a 50-yarder.
They're better off going for it on 4th and 4.
Fourth and 4.
Kylie back to pass, and the pass is completed,
Lima.
and Lima is going to have the first down.
I've been saying look out for Lima almost this whole first half.
Well, it's been pretty easy to figure out now after watching a couple quarters of action here who are the focal points for this Holliston offense. It's been all Harding and Lima.
Yeah, then there's also the touchdown from Sweeney.
That was his only catch. Rolling out to
Raise
his
his
left,
legs.
and the pass is
Oh, he got that!
incomplete. That was hit the ground.
Oh, wait, it hit the ground?
Yeah.
Oh, for a second it looked like he got it.
The way he caught it made it look like it, but he trapped the ball. Pretty impressive throw by Kylie, though, on the move. You don't generally see quarterbacks at this level, at the high school level, having a strong arm on the move like that. Usually when they're throwing it off balance, they leave the ball short.
Yeah, that one almost had big yardage all over it. For a second it looked that way, they'll just hit the ground.
So with 34 seconds left here in the first half, what do we got, another timeout? What are they doing here? Taking a long time here calling the plays from the sideline. Can't be a ton of time left on the play clock here. It's going to be close to delay a game. And Braintree takes a timeout now. So Braintree obviously not liking the setup from Holliston there, taking a timeout defensively.
Yeah, I think they were in zone, and it did look like it would have possibly been a pass play.
Well, there's only 34 seconds left, so there's not a ton of time left, and Holliston's got to be pretty close to being out of timeouts.
Yeah, I think they have like one left.
It's either one left or none left. It's one thing they don't have on the scoreboard is the number of timeouts that each side has left. So Braintree talking it over here, TJ, trying to figure out how they want to approach this here. On a second down and long from the 24-yard line. And Braintree holding on to a 13-7 lead. It's been a good game, though. Pretty good game between these two teams.
And then back and forth so far. Low scoring, though the offenses have been just driving down. We've had plenty of long drives.
Plenty of long drives, just both sides have not finished at some points. So Harding will be next to Kylie in the backfield.
And then Sweeney by himself on the left side.
Back to pass, throws in the direction of Sweeney, but the ball was incomplete. It was actually behind him. So 3rd and 10. And
Sweeney's
he's hurt. No, he's okay. It's getting up slow, though. Braintree was signaling that the player was hurt, but I think he was just more mad that he didn't catch that ball than anything.
Yeah.
He's walking fine towards that sideline here. Could have got the wind knocked out of him a little bit, too, the way he landed.
I think he was focused on trying to get the ball then just going down. And I think a Braintree player might have got on him a little bit as he was going down. Yeah, Sweeney staying on.
Yep. Well,
3rd and 10.
Been one of the top targets.
And now we have this up. You know what's going to happen. Now Kylie dumps
Here is
it.
the screen pass as Harding does not get much. That's going to bring up 4th down. And this is going to be the final play probably of the half. Oh, they do have a timeout apparently. I'm not really sure I agree with the play calls here late in this first half. A couple times we've seen them on 3rd down do something short. I mean, you needed 10 yards. And you're only getting half of that, and now there's 16 seconds left. You need a handful of yards to get to the end zone.
Yeah, though I think they might possibly be trying a field goal here.
Yeah, well, if the ball gets stopped in the field of play and you don't get a 1st down, the clock's going to run out.
Yeah. So that might have been why they called a timeout, because they didn't want the last 16 and a half seconds to take off.
Let's see what they break out with. Are they going to come out with the kicker? He certainly has leg. I mean, we did see him take a couple of point afters, or 1 point after and 1 field goal try, and he had plenty of leg on both. But if I'm Holliston, this is a big call.
Yeah, so if I was coaching Holliston, what I would do, I would attempt a field goal here knowing I am getting the ball at the start of the second half. It's not like this is your only shot because Braintree would get the ball in the second half. No, you're getting the ball at the start of the second half. Braintree would, after the kickoff, depending on if the kickoff is in, if the field goal is good, would be probably between possibly 12 to 10 seconds.
Well, they're not going to listen to you, TJ. They got Kylie out there.
I guess not.
So Kylie out in the field. They're going to go for it here at 4th and 9.
Well, that was something I don't know.
Well, he's going to pass. We do know that. Back to pass. The throw.
Missile.
It's caught.
Lima.
And he's towards the goal line. He's not in. He is not in the end zone. It is a 1st down. And they got to hurry. Final seconds, and they spike it. So 5 seconds left here, TJ. So they play with fire, go for it, get the completion.
And it works.
And it works. But I think the way they probably thought about it is there was 16 or 17 seconds left, however much time was left on the play. And they figured, even if they don't get it, Braintree's probably just got to kneel the ball. So they're probably not going to get hurt by going for it. But like you said, if they don't score here, they do get the ball to start the second half, but they could easily close this gap. And it looks like Braintree wants a timeout here before the final play of this half.
Yeah, they're at the 3, so I'd say possibly Holliston might try to get a slant to either Lima or Sweeney to try to get 6 before the start of the second half.
So 5 seconds left. Braintree in the midst of a timeout. 13-7 score. And Holliston, pretty much like you said, nearing the goal line.
Yeah, just a couple yards short of 6 points. So, I mean, there's a couple things you could do. You could try to possibly try to run the ball in, or as I mentioned, try to get to either Sweeney or Lima on a slant, and then 6 points there.
So the Holliston Panthers looking for something here late. Final potential play, barring an incompletion and a quick incompletion at that. So like you said, you have Brady Sweeney out to the left, and then on the far side it's Lima. Lima and Sweeney really have been the go-to guys on the outsides, with Harding up the middle. And it is a fake pass. Final play towards the end zone, and the pass is caught. Touchdown.
As I was just saying, got to look out for both Sweeney and Holliston. Either one of them possibly getting the ball there. Sweeney able to get that, and now tie game, possibly extra point, making a 1-point Holliston lead going into halftime.
So the extra point would give them the lead, and Braintree having flashbacks from that Stoughton game where they allowed a touchdown in the final seconds. Here is the point after. This would give Holliston the lead, the kick on the way, and the kick is hammered through. So a pretty good end to the half for Holliston after a slow start in this game. They get the extra point by Cotting and now take a 14-13 lead after a half a play here at Braintree High School, and they'll get the ball to start the second half as Braintree getting touchdowns from McGurn and Tellier to open the scoring. And Sweeney with 2 touchdowns to answer the bell. Pretty good first half, TJ, but long way to go in this one. A lot to think about for Braintree, but we'll see what the Wamps can do after a half a play. Any initial thoughts here, TJ?
Yeah, what Braintree would need to do, like, as you mentioned, giving up that last second touchdown, we don't know if that's going to possibly be a game changer or not, because now Holliston, they're able to drive down the field with just 3 minutes last drive.
So Braintree's going to have to sew up their defense. You talked about playing some soft zone coverage. But Braintree will look to regroup at halftime, which is what they're in the midst of. We will take a break as well as our live stream broadcast will continue after a quick break. 14-13 Holliston with a 1-point lead over Braintree after half a play. We'll be back here on BCAM TV right after this.
Now for your entertainment.
Welcome back to Braintree High School here at Alumni Stadium. Start of the second half. Mike Wassel and TJ Chamberlain on the call, and another fumble initially, but it is picked up by Holliston. Second time they've dropped the ball as Braintree trails 14-13 after a half a play. TJ, we talked about it. Braintree with some soft zone coverage at points in that first half, and we'll see what types of adjustments both sides make here.
Yeah, that is what was really costing them, because whenever they were in zone defense, a lot of the times it resulted in, I think, like 90% of the plays that was over 10 plus yards for Holliston was when Braintree was in zone defense.
Yeah, it's
during the first half.
softer coverage. It allows the other team to kind of have a lot more space in the middle of the field. So it'll be the first drive of the second half here in the third quarter, as Braintree looking for a defensive stop as the handoff goes to Harding. Harding with about a couple yards on the first carry out to his left.
Yeah, I think that was about like 4 to 5 yards on that. So it should be second and about 5 this time.
So the Braintree defense going to be put right to test here. They had a good first quarter, but the defense has struggled a little bit the last couple of drives. They've given up long drives. They've given up touchdowns in consecutive drives. And now Holliston on the move here to begin the third quarter.
All right, yep, second and 7.
Here is the pass, and it's incomplete. That ball was short, out in the direction of their target, Brady Sweeney. He's been their go-to guy on that outside.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns already for him on the game. Him and Lima have been the go-to guys for Kylie tonight. Plus also Harding running really well for Holliston tonight. So those have been really the 3 go-to guys besides Kylie. Third and 7. Braintree looking for a stop.
Here is the quarterback, Kylie, back to pass, throwing it way down the field, but overthrowing, again, the intended target. Again, same player, same receiver, Sweeney. And that'll be a 4th down. They should be punting here. So Braintree getting the stop they were looking for.
Yeah,
Down by 1.
Looked like Sweeney had a chance to get it just out of his reach there. Kylie and Sweeney had the right idea of that play. Just a little too much power and distance on that throw.
He was wide open, too. If he caught that, he was gone.
Yeah, he beat not 1 but 2 Braintree defenders there.
You got to get an eye on him. I mean, he's clearly their go-to guy, so you got to, I'm not going to say you're going to double team him, but you got to at least bump him off the line of scrimmage. The punt, and Braintree nearly got a hand on that as they're going to let this one bounce, and it takes a Holliston bounce. Braintree picks it up and does not go anywhere with it as Garrity is taken down quickly.
On that 37-yard line.
Yeah,
36.
It looked like he was going to let it bounce, but then it went right to Gary. So Gary thought might as well just take it and gain at least a yard or 2 there. Which the last play ended at Holliston's 33. Braintree started at their own 33. This time for 1st and 10.
10:54 to go here in the
37.
3rd quarter. Braintree's first possession here of the 2nd half. Down by 1 point as Tellier manning the offense.
That got Garrity out wide.
Here is the handoff, and Braintree with a short gain on 1st down. Couple yards.
That was, I believe, Luongo.
We didn't see him touch the ball much in that 1st half.
Yeah, I had a couple rushes, though.
Yeah, you're right. Stephen Luongo, the junior, number 32 on the carry.
Yeah, though a lot of the rushes were by Francois Johnson and Ryan Brooks in the 1st half. So who knows, maybe trying to get Luongo more involved in the 2nd half.
A little bit more variety, too.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you don't know what options you have when you have a 3-4 person committee.
Tellier's pass is caught by Garrity. Garrity with the 1st down and more. So Garrity over midfield as he's tackled or goes out of bounds at the 48-yard line on the Holliston side of the field. So Braintree on the move.
I think all of Tellier's throws might be to Garrity, because Garrity, I believe that might be his 5th reception.
Everything other than the touchdown to McGurn.
Yeah.
McGurn, the only other pass catcher that's caught one. Well, he's the only receiver lined up on the far side right. As the man goes in motion, the carry goes up the middle to Brooks. And Brooks with a couple yards. Looks like he got down inside the 47. So wherever they spot it here. It looks like they're going to spot it on the 47. So 2 yards on the gain. Bring up a 2nd and 8.
Now here comes Johnson.
Yep, keep rotating players in and out.
Yeah, but when you got the committee going, again, you know, Reggie has good 3, possibly 4 options
Yeah,
to
I was
go
going to say,
to.
3-headed monster, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no clear-cut number 1. It is between the Brooks and Johnson.
So it'll be Garrity here to the near side. The only receiver for Braintree. The carry up the middle. And a nice run. And a 1st down. Was that Luongo?
No, I believe that was Johnson.
It looked like Luongo emerged with the football. Yep, number 32. He did get it done
it
with the carry.
was Luongo, actually. Oh, I thought it was the 3. I didn't see the 2.
So Luongo, who's had a couple touches here on this drive, has made good things happen.
That's 1st down and 10 now at the 39. Tellier got the play. Got to look out again. Garrity lining up far side.
Tellier getting ready. Haven't seen a ton of flags here in this game as Braintree back on the pass. It's complete as McGurn splits through. So just when you were talking about somebody else making a play for Braintree in the receiving core. He makes the catch, and he gets down to the 24-yard line. Nice completion.
And now Johnson coming on. No, that was Lee. That was on that time.
Ball on the 25-yard line.
So already 4 minutes have been used.
Yep. Good drive here for Braintree on their opening drive here this third quarter. An opportunity here to go ahead. Braintree trailed at halftime on the score in the final second.
And just outside the red zone, too.
Tellier getting ready here as the handoff here to Luongo. And
fumble!
He lost the football, but I think he was down.
Yeah, they rolled him down.
He was down.
Runner is back down.
I know what Luongo's trying to do there. He's trying to get the extra yardage, but you do not want to put the ball out like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it also looked like he was also trying to stiff arm one of the Holliston players, too.
I know it's not what you want to hear, but when Luongo does something like that and you fumble the ball, that's going to put you in the doghouse. That's going to take away your carries. I mean, that's going to very quickly lose confidence with your coaching staff, knowing that, hey, we just lost the football. We're driving down to go ahead. I mean, you don't want to have that happen. Fortunately for Braintree, though, there was no turnover.
Yeah, 2nd and 12 now. Ball moved all the way to the 26.
Franciosa Johnson
Oh,
with some
he's got the
run.
speed.
Here he
He's got
comes
the
back.
speed.
Johnson to the goal line, touchdown. And Johnson scampers in from 24 yards out to give Braintree the lead.
Have Johnson again before the game. He's got the wheels, and that play used up to his advantage. A 26-yard touchdown run.
Do you think at some point, TJ, Braintree goes for 2 to try and get back up to 7?
I would not be surprised if that happens. Looks like there's a chance that I think they might be. No, I'm going for.
Nope, they're going to take the extra point.
Trying to make it a 6-point lead.
So this will be again
Yep.
Bonholm to take the extra point for Braintree. He missed one earlier. 19-14, barring the extra point, and he missed it. He missed the extra point. So Braintree's got to find an answer here. That's 2 missed extra points. You got to have better special teams if you want to win this game. Braintree probably going to have to go for 2 next time. I mean, clearly they're not getting the extra points to go. And those extra points obviously have proved costly in this game.
Yeah, and again, they've been costly throughout the whole season. Again, Stonegate's been mentioned because 1-point loss, and they had 2 missed kicks that game. Which definitely, instead of us talking about Braintree trying to get the 500 tonight, there's a chance we could be talking about them possibly trying to get the 3-1.
Right, yep. Lone win for Braintree here this season against Framingham, losing to Hingham and to that game, like you had mentioned, to Stoughton on a very tough one. That was certainly a winnable game for Braintree. I mean, they probably should have won that game against Stoughton. They should probably be 2-1.
Yeah, that last play, not much you could do against Lee there for Stone. Again, I honestly wanted to do the Stone game so bad. Lee was one of the guys that I knew he was going to be a factor in that game, Lee.
So Braintree will send it deep, as the ball will be fielded at the 30-yard line, and the ball will be taken out to right around the 41, 42-yard line. So about an 11-yard return.
Ball at the 40-yard line. Approximately thereof. First down, Holliston.
So Braintree holding on to the lead again. But you really wonder about those missed extra points in this game, if that'll factor in at the end.
Yeah, right now they got the 5-point lead, though we got to wonder if it does come like the fourth quarter and Braintree's down 3 in the last minute. What possibly could have been if they're only down 1.
Well, you wonder even if they would attempt a field goal either at this point. They're not getting the extra points to go. Why would you try a field goal? Here's the pass, caught by Lima as Lima gets out towards midfield. Short of midfield as he's tackled by Franciosa Johnson. at the
48.
48-yard
Yeah,
line.
the 48 or 49. He was right in between both.
They marked him on the shorter side, give Braintree a fortunate spot.
Yeah, so that would be 2nd and 2.
So we've seen a lot of actual passing plays by both sides in this game, which is very uncommon for a high school program. Generally, you would see a lot more running plays,
Yeah,
but
Lane's going to try to send the pressure. There, oh,
he got by him.
I almost called that.
He got by Lane for the second time. We saw Lane almost get a sack in the first half, couldn't get him there, and that'll move the chains.
Yeah, Lane's had a couple of chances. Him and Brooks, those have been the guys that you need to be looking out for on defense. Because Lane, he's had a couple good chances. He had a chance to possibly get a tackle last play.
Ball spotted at the 46-yard line, out to pass, and the pass is caught by Lima and a flag thrown. That'll be against Holliston. And probably some sort of a holding penalty.
I think from the looks of it, I think it might be.
Is that a block in the back? I mean, it could have been a block in
Yeah,
the
it could have
back.
been possibly blocking the back.
No, either way,
I think they're discussing it.
I'm thinking it's the ball's going backwards here.
Yep, it's going back.
Well, now we're waiting for the signal. It is a block in the back, yep. You don't see that call very often in high school. One of the big reasons why you don't see it is because you don't see the ball thrown as much.
Yeah, though, Allison's been throwing the ball a lot, and now it's going to be 1st and 20. You got to expect a throw, and again, depending on the formation, again, Perry Lane, I was saying this a couple plays ago, he's got to send the pressure.
Somebody for Braintree's got to make a big defensive play at some point.
Yeah,
in
it's
this
going to
game.
be him or Brooksy.
Back to pass, and the pass is complete. Very short gain, nice tackle inside there by number 54 for Braintree. As we flip to the back of the roster for Brian Kenny, the junior linebacker, makes the play. Very short gain, and it brings up a 2nd down and long.
I tried to get the short yardage there. Only 4 on that play. Lane, as I mentioned, he did bring the pressure. Almost got Kylie there.
So Kylie getting ready. Coach out onto the
Oh,
field.
he's on the field. That you can't do. You gotta look out for Lima.
Back to pass. Kylie rolling out to his left, on the move, throws, and it's incomplete. And it looked like he was going for number 9 that time, Joey Gentile.
And now it's gonna be 3rd and 16.
Yeah, this is a tough spot. Might actually be a time where Braintree brings a little bit of that man coverage, or that zone coverage you had talked about. Just trying to force a 4th down, but I think you bring some pressure here. That's what I would do. I'd bring a little bit of pressure.
Yeah, they've been bringing pressure to Kylie throughout this drive. Lane's had a couple chances at him.
Got to get in there and disrupt. All it takes is one guy to get to the quarterback, either knock him down or hit the body and force either an interception or a fumble.
You gotta look out for both Lane and Kenny. For Braintree, they're gonna be sending the pressure.
Here
There's
it comes
Lane.
as the pass over the middle is caught, and they get the 1st down. Wow. They had a lot of room there as Lima makes the catch over the middle of the field. How did Braintree allow so much open space? He was wide open.
Yeah, Lima using his speed. I don't know how many times I mentioned that Lima's going to be using the speed, and behold, he uses it again. This time, 1st down, now in Braintree territory.
33-yard line was where the official spot will be on a 1st and 10, as Braintree holding on to a 5-point advantage here with 3:15 to go here in the 3rd quarter, TJ, and what's been a tight game pretty much all the way through, as the handoff goes to Harding. He gets to the outside, and a nice tackle by Braintree able to rip him down.
Yeah, I got a nice hold of the jersey there. Definitely got some jersey on that.
Got some jersey, but it wasn't in the
Yeah, it wasn't
the horse
in the,
collar.
Yeah, it wasn't the horse collar.
No. That was a legit play.
Yeah.
But it was a good tackle because he had some space. If Harding could bounce to that outside, he had a lot of room in front of him. As Braintree making a substitution here, getting the player off. Otherwise, they would have had too many men on the field. So Holliston breaks the huddle.
At 2nd and 7 at the 30.
Opportunity here for a go-ahead score.
Yeah, they got the 3 receiver set on the right side.
Back to pass, throwing, and it's caught by Lima. Braintree, nice tackle. Oh, what a nice play. That's Franciosa Johnson. And Franciosa Johnson making his best defensive play of the game after giving Braintree the lead with his 24-yard scamper on the other side of the field.
Yeah, him and Brooks.
A little gang tackle
the
there.
Ball and also getting some crucial tackles.
Oh, that's a big play. That brings up 3rd and long. And Braintree, right now, I talked about bringing the pressure, but somebody on defense, you just saw the play by Franciosa Johnson. Now it's time for somebody to make the play to stop this drive because they keep getting first downs on 3rd and long.
Again, it might be like the 5th time I said it, but Lane is going to be sending it.
Back to pass. And over the middle, it's intercepted. As it is Braintree with the interception. Garrity down the far side. He's got a lot of room.
Oh, he's
Garrity
going.
over midfield.
He's
Garrity
going.
to 40, 30, 20. Garrity down inside the goal line. Stretches to the end zone. And is he in? It's got to be close. Looks like they're going to spot him at the 1-yard line, TJ.
That was almost a pick 6.
Well, what did I just say on that drive, TJ? Somebody's got to make a play on 3rd down, and he makes the interception.
Though. Garrity's the one who steps up, gets the interception that kind of threw right to him. Wasn't even him just being a receiver to it. That was right to him. Almost returned that for 6.
To be honest with you, though, I don't really know how the officials made that call of where the ball was. Nobody was even close to where the end zone was.
Yeah, though, from...
I don't know how they made the call.
Yeah, from where it was close, because he got the pylon,
He was right
too.
there. Yeah, he was right there. Tough for Garrity, though. He deserved that touchdown. I mean, he made such a nice play. And now we're going to have to see where the ball... Where did they spot the ball? It's at the 3-yard line. I find that hard to believe.
I don't think it's at the 3. I think it might be at the 1.
It definitely looked right near that goal line.
Yeah.
Well, nonetheless, the Braintree defense comes up with the stop I was looking for. And now with 1:03 to go here in the 3rd quarter, Braintree with an opportunity to go up by 2 scores again, and I think almost certainly they're going to go for 2.
Yeah, also they're going to spot it at the 3.
Wow. That's an interesting spot. I'm a little bit
I mean,
shocked by that.
depending on if, when trying to get the tackle, they got him out of bounds. Oh,
Tellier with the handoff to Brooks, and he gets down close to the goal line.
That
He's
was
not
a
in.
low snap, too.
Yeah, that was close. You got to be careful there that you don't want to fumble that football. So he's tackled right around that 1-yard line, TJ, is Braintree looking for another touchdown, which will put him up by 2 possessions. Who wants that touch? We've seen, in this similar spot, TJ, we've seen Tellier with a sneak.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they do that because again, with a guy Tellier's size,
he can just leap right over the top.
Yeah.
Here is the snap. Let's see if he does go over the top.
I believe he might be this time.
17 seconds left. Has not snapped the ball yet. Still waiting. 10 seconds left. He does go for it, and to the end zone again, and touchdown! Tellier again.
Tellier touchdown.
Oh, now we're getting too good at this, TJ. 2 times he has snuck it in, and Tellier providing the legs that time. So he's done it with the arm, he's done it with the legs, but I'm really giving credit on that drive to Garrity. I mean, he set that up with that long interception run back. Brought it down to the 3, and then 2 plays later, Braintree with the touchdown.
Yep, Stu's section getting into it now, too. So that makes that 25-14, though. Looks like they are going for
They got to go for 2 here.
Yeah, they go.
You can't play around anymore now with the score.
Yeah, now especially with the 2 missed extra points.
So Tellier looks like he's going to throw this one.
Yeah.
The man does go in motion. It's Franciosa Johnson. He's got the outside. Franciosa Johnson scores 2 points.
Now make that a 2-possession lead for Braintree.
27-14 with 5 seconds.
So Franciosa Johnson has come alive here in the second half. He's got the touchdown run, the 2-point conversion, and Braintree now extending to a 27-14 lead. Well, this is more of what you expected from Braintree.
Yeah, they got the offense going now.
Well, whatever Braintree talked about at halftime, TJ has worked because they've looked much more focused in the second half.
Yeah, the offense still been going. The defense has been picking it up, especially with the interception from Garrity.
That's the big play in this game. I mean, they were driving down potentially to go ahead, and Garrity with the interception. Then Braintree scoring 2 plays later. Chance to get back to 500, though. A win here today would be consecutive victories, back-to-back weeks.
Yeah, though Holliston's going to try to strike quick because now they got just about 12 minutes and 3 seconds in total. Because we got 3 seconds left in this quarter. Then they also got the 4th.
So a short kick by Braintree. The ball was fielded right around the 45-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. Probably the final play of the third quarter. And Braintree...
Yeah, it most likely will. And knowing how Holliston's been with their first plays, I'll say probably hand off to Devin Harding for a gain of 3 or 4 yards.
Well, we'll see what they want to do here. They got one more opportunity here to end this third quarter. As Braintree will defend here. The ball's actually spotted at the 47-yard line, which is where the Panthers will take over their possession, down by 13.
1st and 10. Got 3 receivers.
Again on the far side right. The handoff, and it is going to be a running play. It's not Harding. It's number 4. Cooper Olsen. We haven't called his name much. Pretty good gain, though, on
I think
first
that might
down.
have been his first touch the whole game.
I think it was his second touch. I think we saw him back in the first
second.
quarter. Yeah. But they haven't called his name much, and Braintree will head to the final frame here in winning time with a 13-point lead, and that will conclude the third quarter. Our coverage will continue into the fourth, but we will take a break here on BCAM TV. 27-14 Braintree over Holliston. We'll be right back. Play resuming here to start the fourth quarter. 12 minutes of action left here. And Braintree with a 13-point advantage as Kylie with the handoff. Here is the guy that you thought maybe touched it last time. It's Harding with the first down carry.
Harding has been one of the main performers for Holliston in this game.
He's only a sophomore, too. So he's going to be around a while.
Yeah, he is. And if he's already having games like like this that at this point he's got to have.
This is a young team.
Yeah.
The
A lot of juniors.
quarterback is a junior, T.J. Kiley.
Yeah, their backup quarterback's a freshman.
Handoff. Going out to the near side. It's fumbled. Braintree's got it. And that is not going to say it's a put-away play, TJ, but that can't happen.
Yeah, that can't happen.
That was Olsen on his third touch of the game. Fumbles the football, and that is heartbreaking for Holliston after Braintree just scored 2 touchdowns already here in this second half, and now they can work some clock.
Yeah, I mean, if they drain a good amount of this clock and possibly get some points on the board, that might be it.
So Garrity with the interception on the prior drive for Holliston. And now a fumble. That's 2 consecutive turnovers on 2 consecutive possessions. That's heartbreaking. That's devastating.
Yeah, and Olsen's still on the field too for defense as well. And you could tell he's not happy about that.
No, I mean the handoff looked okay. I don't really know what happened on the exchange. It looked okay from the handoff. It just looked like he lost the ball.
1st and 10.
Man goes in motion, and a pretty good play here on first down. Still carrying towards that first down marker. That was a nice run. And let's see who emerges out of that pile with the Braintree jersey.
Yeah, that
was Lee, yep, number 25. Not trying to shortchange anybody these running plays, but with Braintree with 4 running backs that we've called out here today, a couple of them very similar in stature, and 2 wearing very similar numbers.
Yeah.
One wearing 23, one wearing 25.
Yeah, that was a gain of 6. So now 2nd and 4. Garrity lining up Ryan Brooks in the backfield.
Braintree, that's a false start.
Yep.
That was number 45 for Braintree who jumped offside. False start on Marmol.
Yep.
Oh, Marmai, sorry.
Yeah, James Lee was in motion that play too. So it might have been a chance that it would have just been going around Lee, maybe getting the ball. I think that might have been the planned play, but then the false start penalty kind of changed that.
Yep. So that'll bring up a 2nd down and now 9 for the Braintree offense. Let's see if they give a chance for Garrity one-on-one on the outside.
Now Garrity's just on an island right now. The right side's what's going to be covered in now.
Another whistle. I don't see a flag out there, but
now there's a flag. Now there is.
Another false start. They're going the wrong direction, TJ.
Don't want to see this.
Well, the worst thing you want to do though is, I mean, you're backing up, but you're not using any clock. No. I mean, you will when you run the play, but now you're putting yourself. That's 10 yards they just lost in 2 plays.
So now 2nd and 20. Instead of it just being 2nd and 10, now it's 2nd and 20.
Well,
you don't want to see this.
Big chunk yardage. Who wants the play?
Yep.
It's Brooks in the backfield right now.
Yep. Garrity still on an island. One-on-one coverage, man in motion.
Yep, it's Brooks up the middle, short gain. Maybe a yard and a half, 2 yards if you're generous.
Yeah, not much on that. So now going to be 3rd and 18, most likely.
I think what you do here is just run the ball. Try and run some clock. You're up 2 scores. You don't want to do anything that you don't want to do here. You don't want to do anything stupid. You don't want to turn the ball over, throw it away, fumble it. You know what I mean? You just want to be safe here, punt the ball away, make them make the mistake. But I don't know. We've been wrong a couple times so far in this game.
Yeah, now they got no one on that left side. Everyone's on the right side.
It's gonna be a running play. Double reverse. Open space across the middle.
Johnson again!
There he goes!
One man to beat!
Down the sideline. Johnson taken down at the 15. Where did he find that space? How did Holliston allow that? What was that? Was that 3rd and 18?
That was 3rd and 18. Johnson using the speed.
That was like a 40-yard run.
Number 11,
Yes, that was.
Braintree.
Well, right now the difference in this
Yeah, what
game
the-
is Braintree making all the right plays here in the second half. 2 mistakes, 2 turnovers, and if you think back to that first half, TJ, there was a turnover on a punt too. So 3 turnovers in this game for Holliston. I mean, you're not going to win many games turning the ball over 3 times.
Yeah, I mean, it's rare that you see that.
So Braintree looking for a put-away touchdown. As the man goes in motion, it is Luongo on the touch, and Luongo with maybe a yard.
Yeah, not much on that game.
Stop in the line of scrimmage.
Clock on the move. Braintree will utilize as much of that clock as they can. But I'm impressed with what Braintree's done here in the second half on both sides of the football. Their offense has looked very smooth. The defense has looked really good. The defense is making a lot of the right plays. Well, they have an interesting down and yard.
Wow.
That's the whole
Scoreboard,
field.
the
Almost
whole
field.
field.
Across the
that was
middle
Johnson.
on the carry.
I'm on 2nd and 9 before 2nd on the scoreboard, 2nd and 89.
As Brooks was taken down and a flag thrown at the end.
There's a late flag.
Is that against Holliston? Maybe a little bit of unsportsmanlike conduct after that tackle?
Maybe.
Yeah. Oh, it's on Braintree.
Oh, what is the penalty on Braintree?
Must have been Brooks after he got tackled. I don't think he liked the way he was taken down, but you can't do that if you're Brooks.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't.
I mean, you're trying to put the game away.
I know. Yeah, you're up by 2 scores. You're driving down. You're in field goal range. Not that the field goal unit has been particularly good here in this game, but
Yeah, but you gotta keep your emotions in check.
right. I know they're high school kids, but you still gotta be stronger than that. You gotta be the bigger person in the situation, not put your team at a disadvantage. Braintree's been flagged. What is that? The 3rd flag on the drive?
I think that might have been. Yeah, that was the 3rd flag because they had 2
false
false
starts.
starts.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 false starts. Then now it's gonna be
That was a hit ball.
3rd down and 9. So not any yards lost, just lost them down.
It's more than 3rd and 9. A long way to go.
And in motion.
Yep. Handoff to Brooks, and he's tackled in the backfield.
Oh, that's 3rd and 20.
It'll be 4th down.
4th down for Braintree. Probably going to go for it here.
And they're trying to put this away. Now just about 6 minutes left.
Well, the penalties, though, devastating on this drive. That's 3 penalties for
3,
20 yards.
yeah. Oh, wait, then he lost 2 yards.
Yep, he did. He was taken down in the backfield.
Yeah, so they're gonna have Tellier back out, going for it on 4th and 22.
Well, they did get it on 3rd and 18 on the
Yeah,
last time
the
they had
4th
3rd and
and-
long. This is you're gonna have to. Well, I guess they
Yeah,
could try
playing-
and run,
yeah,
but why
playing
not throw
with
it up?
fire again. 4th and 22.
Timeout, Braintree. I mean, you could, if you really wanted to, you could punt and down the ball at like the 5 or the 10-yard line if you can, but I don't know. Probably not at this level. I don't think they would do that.
Yeah, I mean, unless you get as very little strength on that ball as possible.
You barely, I mean, you want to almost throw the ball. You don't even want to kick it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, which I don't know why you would technically punt in field goal range on a 4th and 22.
a lot of the crowd starting to trickle out here, thinking that this game is over, which, yeah, maybe it's seeming to be that way, but
Seeming that way, and now everyone's just going.
oh, I think they're trying to beat the traffic out of the parking lot. Maybe they'll open up the window
Yeah, the
here.
student section, though, it's still a lot of people here.
Actually getting a little warm up here in the booth.
And it's not just the action from the game.
We'll get a little bit more of the full atmosphere. A little bit of the band playing in the background, a little crowd noise.
Yeah. That Now 4th and 22. And it looks like they are going to attempt a field goal. No, wait, they're not.
No way.
I thought it was. I thought they were because I saw Garrity out there. And it looked like he was discussing it. But then I saw Taylor, I'm like, oh, wait, they're not.
So we'll see if Tellier gives a chance for Garrity to make a play.
4th and 22. Got to look out for Garrity here.
We'll see if they call the tight end's name as well.
Oh,
they
Garrity
have
bombs
a man
it.
open towards the end zone and incomplete. Pretty good throw, though, by Tellier. He was double teamed, so, I mean, that was obviously a tough ball to catch, but anytime you throw the ball up like that, as a receiver, you're hoping maybe for a pass interference, but that was pretty well covered by Holliston down the field, and Braintree shot themselves in the foot there on that drive with 3 penalties, pushing them backwards, but they still have a 2-touchdown lead, and there's only 5:25 left in this game.
Just about 5.5 minutes. So at this point, it's gonna take a lot.
And Holliston's got to have everything go their way. They've already turned the ball over twice in the half. Braintree has the only points of this second half. Franciosa Johnson, 25-yard rushing score to put Braintree ahead 19-14, and then Tellier with the 1-yard QB sneak with the 2-point conversion as the pass is completed. As the ball is caught at the 39-yard line, the clock will stop. Oh, no, it won't. Only under 2 minutes, I believe. Back to pass, and the pass again is caught and going out of bounds on the far side. So Braintree allowing some short passes. So 5:04 to go here in the ball game. TJ and Braintree with the 27-14 lead. Here at home, looking to get to 2-2 with consecutive victories. First over Framingham, and then hopefully here today over Holliston.
Also, just noticing this, but apparently the stream cut out.
That's not a good thing.
Yeah, that's not good.
And now back to pass on the near side is completed. As that pass is caught by number 9. Number 9 for them is Gentile. So Braintree playing soft coverage here. I guess if you think about it, if you're only giving up 5 or 7 yards a play, eventually they're going to bring it down close enough to the end zone, but it is using some clock at some points, but they did get out of bounds, so that did stop the clock.
No, the clock's still going.
On the pass, it's going to be caught. Inbounds, a short gain.
That would be Sweeney who caught that, and now there's someone down.
And a flag, too. Flag thrown at the end. It looked like that was number 70 for Braintree, who was slow to get up. That was Pendergast, Joseph Pendergast, a sophomore. And there is a flag right in front of the official's foot. I did not see anything there, but we are going to have a penalty and a push in the back. Legal block in the back. Second time we've seen that called here in the game.
Yeah, one against both teams.
There's only 4:37 left in this game. TJ and Braintree right now in the midst of a 13-point lead.
Yeah, right now, Holliston's gonna, they're trying to score bad here. They need to score, either get a stop on defense or possibly attempt an onside kick. As now the student section is getting pretty loud.
Well, I think they see that this game is trending in the direction of a victory. Well, hopefully they're watching the game, not just out there goofing around.
Yeah, I mean, it's been pretty wild, the student section tonight.
I don't know what the reason is for the long delay here.
Yeah.
There was no timeout. I don't know why they took so long to resume action. The clock is moving, too. 4:20 left. Ball at the 44-yard line. Back to pass is Kylie. He rolls out to his right. The pass is complete, and a big stick of a tackle by Franciosa Johnson.
Johnson on the tackle there, though. Lima with another reception. Just had a weird sound above us.
And a player down and hurt for Holliston. On the far side of the field. And this does not look good.
And our first injury come out of the game. Comes in the last 4 minutes. We're going to try to see who that is. Down.
4:02 left. We will take a break here with the injury on the field. Braintree with a 27-14 lead will step away for a moment. So play has resumed, and a completion with under 4 minutes left. Holliston on the move, but they need 2 touchdowns.
I got surprised they got a playoff. It's like we were just taking a nap, and the next thing you know, bam, back in the play.
Well, you wonder here, if they do score on this drive, would they go for an onside kick or would they play it deep?
I wonder. I think they would try to attempt an onside kick. I mean, they've had some short kicks in this game, so I'd say they probably would go for an onside.
They have most of their timeouts left, so I'm curious.
Yeah.
But I would agree with you. I mean, I think it's playing percentages.
Yep, and now the student section is dispersing. With 3:42 left.
Not the time to leave, is it?
No, not yet. Might be missing a good one.
Well, Braintree's already had a handful of close games, including the game against Stoughton. I know that was a road game, but...
That was a road game, which sadly we were not broadcasting. That was unfortunate.
Well, Braintree would get back to 500 with a win here today, though.
Yep.
All right, well, we are ready to resume.
They're saying Braintree getting back to 500. They're at Needham next week.
Screen play, and the pass caught, getting inside, close to the goal line, as Braintree with the tackle, but...
That was Harding again.
Yeah, they're making a lot of plays on this drive. Braintree soft zone coverage here.
Braintree on the road after this game for the next 3 weeks before being at home again October 29th. First Wesley.
Back to pass. Rolling out to his right is Kylie. Doesn't have a ton of room there, and he just scampers out of bounds.
Picks up 3 yards.
I was a question on what I was saying earlier, Wellesley. I don't know why I said Wesley. What is this, the Princess Bride?
I think you were thinking about Wesley Ray, our director.
No, that's not who I was thinking of. I'm thinking of Wesley from the Princess Bride, apparently.
On the 7.
There's now 3:12 left. Now they got the play.
We have the winner of the Braintree boosted pass.
Getting ready for the snap.
After the play.
They're going.
And back on the
Harding gets
carry
it. Has
up the middle
room.
towards the goal line,
I believe
and
he's in.
signal is touchdown.
3:05 left. And this game's not out of reach yet. Now it's about to be possibly a one-score game.
Is Jalen Lanning.
Was that Harding on the carry there, TJ?
That was Harding on the carry.
So Harding with the touchdown run. First touchdown scorer other than Sweeney for them here in this game.
Yep, and here comes the field goal unit.
Yeah, you don't need to go for 2 yet.
Yep.
You don't need to go for 2 at all.
I mean, unless they want to.
No reason to.
There's no reason to.
They've missed a field goal earlier.
Yep.
Snap
Make it a 6-point
down,
game.
kick on the way, and the kick is good.
Score goes to 27-21. Braintree leads with 3:05 left in the game.
So Braintree now only with a 6-point advantage, 27-21 with 3:05 left.
The Braintree Booster Club are winning. Thank you.
So we'll see what they want to do here. We both discussed what we thought would happen here after a potential touchdown. Do you go with the onside kick with 3:05 left and Holliston still with some timeouts in their pocket? Tough call here.
Yeah, right now it could go either way. That I believe there's more likely a chance of an onside kick here.
And they're probably more likely to recover an onside kick than get a 3-and-out.
Yeah, that's what I would think because Braintree's offense, if they do get the ball,
They might not get it back.
is they're going to try to drain as much clock as possible.
I think Braintree's expecting it, so you see all of them with their players up.
Green long, and it hits the court on it. So anyway, if you lost the khaki, put the khaki.
So Braintree with just about everybody up the field, with the exception of their return man, Garrity, back there. Cam Garrity, the senior, all the way back at the 25-yard line in case the ball is sent deep. Doesn't look like they're going to do an onside kick the way they're lined up, but they are going to do it.
They are.
And Braintree able to recover it.
It was loose for a second. Austin Colantonio was able to recover that, though.
That wasn't a great onside kick, in my opinion.
Yeah,
the ball was
too
far.
much on it.
Yeah, too far.
Way too much on that, especially if you're trying to get the ball back with 3 minutes left. And now Braintree's going to most likely try to have Holliston just waste all their timeouts.
Braintree didn't even have to. Realistically, that ball probably would have gone out of bounds. I mean,
yeah, they didn't really have to recover that, though.
I mean, you obviously don't want to chance it, but at the same token, a lot more worse can happen by trying to field the football than let it go out of bounds.
Yeah. It's like, I get what they're trying to do. I mean, there's a method behind their madness there. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, you probably could have let that go out of bounds.
Well, Braintree needs at least another first down as the handoff goes up the middle. And bouncing
Oh!
And here we go!
Goodbye!
Open
Goodbye!
space! It's Johnson! Franciosa Johnson with the put-away touchdown! Down the sideline he goes. And Braintree, one play later, with almost a 60-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, and he broke what was almost like a helmet-to-helmet as well. Didn't affect him at all. Holliston now over for them.
Probably go for 2 again, I would say.
Yeah, I'd say go for 2, make this a 2-possession game. Just end it here.
Wow, that's a nail in the coffin type of run by Franciosa
Exactly,
Johnson.
that's exactly what I was thinking. I was not even going to say that.
Great minds think alike, TJ. We haven't done a ton of games together, but we're starting to form some rapport here.
Yeah, this is the first one for football. They're actually going to attempt an extra point.
Yeah, they might as well. I mean, you got to give your kicker some opportunities here. Snap down, good kick, and it's right down the middle. Nice kick.
I think I've noticed a pattern. So it's whenever they're in the right side end zone, they're able to make an extra point. While they're on the other side, it's like there hasn't been much on the kicks.
Wow. Franciosa Johnson, you talked about, he was hit immediately.
Yeah, he was hit immediately, shook
backfield.
it off, and then 60-yard touchdown.
Well, that's a play you want to put on your highlight reel. That That was an excellent run.
Yeah, that was, which is kind of a shame. As I was mentioning, it's like we're doing this though at the same time. It's like we don't even know if this is still recording because the stream got cut off.
Yeah, I think it's, from what I've heard, it's still live on TV, but the YouTube stream
Yeah, the
has
YouTube cut off, though. It's still available. So
if you are having the likelihood of watching this live, you're seeing a good one here. Braintree is putting on the finishing touches on this game.
I'm going to 200, well, not 200, 500, 2 and 2 to get the 500. I was confusing my thoughts for a second there. So next home game, as I mentioned,
won't be until Wellesley.
Wellesley, October 29th.
Well, I'll give you a second chance at that word.
Yeah, though at the same time, it's like hoping maybe do one before that game.
Oh, the ball's on the ground again. And they are able to recover this time. Holliston has had issues with ball security here in this game.
This is why you're told never to eat a thing of Butterfingers before the game. I'm convinced a couple players haven't listened to that, and that's what happens.
What's the countdown now until Halloween? It's getting close.
Yeah, getting close. We are right now at 30 days exactly.
30 days. Never want to count down the time. I think everybody wants to hang on to the warm weather, but it's fall.
Yeah, it's fall.
We're sitting right around 60 degrees right now, probably.
Yeah, that's going to be gone in a couple weeks.
And that makes it a little tougher for football, too. The ground's not as giving once the cooler weather gets here.
Yeah, especially for, say, when we have the Thanksgiving game in November. It's going to be about like a good 25 to 30 degrees lower.
Back to pass.
I
nearly
almost
picked
intercepted.
off. He read that one well, and that was going to the end zone if he had that.
Yeah, it did.
And look who's holding his head right there. Wait until he spins that jersey around. That's number 29 for Braintree, Dominic Dioniso.
So now 2nd and 10 after almost an interception just off the hands.
He read that one well, though.
Yeah,
that was a good read.
He read that. Looked like he was going to get it just off the hands, though.
Sometimes as a safety, you jump the route and you say, oh, I'm going to pick this one off, but sometimes you forget the football.
Yeah.
That's what happened there.
Yeah, that was what happened. Now 2nd and 10, and that's a false start.
False start, yep. Oh, offside. They're going to call Braintree for offside. So some calls that we expect. I mean, these are interesting calls. I don't know why Braintree would be offside.
Yeah. I would not know why either, but that's an interesting call.
I mean, you got a 13-point lead. Braintree's up 34-21. They're just trying to kill this clock. Well, Kylie's made things happen here in this half.
Yeah, he's been using his legs, too, throughout the game. Now, Kylie.
Open
look at his
receiver.
tip, but still Lima got that.
Did he catch the ball? Yes, he did.
Well, he's trying to hurry it up.
It's for a first down. On the Braintree side of the field.
Is that we're near the 2-minute warning. It's safe to say Braintree turned that around in the second half. Well, Kylie using his legs.
He's going to have to get out of bounds. Going to the sideline does get out of bounds. I don't mind Kylie running with the football, but down 13 and just to get 3 yards and using 10 to 12 seconds on a play really isn't smart.
Yeah, I mean, even if there was still a small chance of them coming back, that would just drain it.
So Braintree needing one more defensive stand here to secure the victory. With 2:20 to left, Kylie rolling out to his left, looking down the field, and he lost the football! And there is the ball game. Falling on the football was number 70 for Braintree, And he gets a gift-made turnover. That's Pendergast, who picks up the football. How did that happen? I don't know what happened. The quarterback just
I
dropped
don't
the
know
ball.
how that happened. He must have been thinking, oh, wait, I might have him in. Oh, wait, I forgot the football. That isn't good.
Well, this is a game that Holliston lost on their turnovers. There's no question about it.
Yeah, that's what, the 5th turnover for them?
Braintree has played well in this game. I wouldn't say Braintree's played a perfect game by any stretch, but...
Yeah, but when your opponent has 5 turnovers.
That's 4. I think it's 4 turnovers.
It's 4 or 5.
Yeah, they have Garrity had the interception, the fumble by Olsen, and then that fumble there, and then they had the punt return fumble in the first half. So that was 4 turnovers.
4.
But nonetheless, Braintree looking to run the clock out now. Oh, wow. Pretty good run. He moved the pile.
Moved the pile. That was a good, 7 yards. And now
well, ball security is going to be something Holliston's going to work on in their next practice. You can tell that. I wonder if they'll be back at it tomorrow. I don't know if they practice. Do they practice on Saturdays?
I mean, Saturdays normally, depending on how the game goes, there might be some practice.
Might be an optional practice,
or film
yeah.
review. Holliston might be running both.
I think they might be running sprints after this game. So we're at 2:01 left on the clock. 34-21 score.
There's just about 2 minutes left in this game. Safe to say, we know the outcome of this game.
Franciosa Johnson, though, has got to get MVP of this game honors. He had the 62-yard run for the touchdown, and then he had the 24-yard run that opened the scoring here in the second half.
Yeah, and he made some big plays on defense, too.
He did. But I think, in my opinion, even though I'm going to give Franciosa Johnson the star of the game, I think Garrity's interception return changed the entire game. Because at that point, I think Braintree was only up by 6 points, and then they drove down and scored to go up to 13.
Yeah, Holliston was driving down the field when that happened, and now that is
handoff. Short gain.
Back.
And a timeout will be taken by Holliston, obviously, as the Braintree band starting to make their way towards the school. They were pretty busy today. They had a handful of touchdowns that they had to be active during. They're playing the school song after the touchdown.
I mean, Braintree didn't have any field goals, so it's 7 touchdowns that they were active.
A lot of scores today, huh?
Yeah, a lot of scores.
Now, this is certainly one that head coach Chamberlain and his staff is going to want to relish, and they're going to say, hey, we're going to look back at footage of this game and say, we played a good game. We did not play great. We did not play poorly. But if we want to beat some of the better teams, we got to play better than that.
Yeah, and especially that they're back on the road for the next 3 games after this.
Handoff up the middle to Brooks. And he's not going to get much.
All the way back.
Another timeout. But Braintree, like you said, on the road for a little while, which is kind of weird. You don't see that for a high school football team to be on the road for 3 straight games.
I think they have only a couple home games this year.
I'm pretty sure that Weymouth game might actually be here at Braintree.
Oh,
so that
unless it might have
they might have changed it because I think originally the Stoughton game was supposed to be at home. From what I
which
remember.
Again, that would have been lovely for me. I would have loved that. But then that got changed, and I was very disappointed.
You were still there, though.
I was there, but I wanted to call that game so bad. That might have been the game that I would have wanted to call the most throughout the year. Well, besides the Thanksgiving game.
I was going to say that one generally tops all,
Yeah,
right?
tops, but
unless you see a playoff game, maybe that might top it.
Yeah, but when you get a chance to call for a team that not only that it's the town this point, because I don't know if a lot of people have been able to make connections because Coach Chamberlain there's some relation there. That I will say. What? I will not say, but there's relation. But also when you're able to call a game of just people that you've known and played it with for your entire life pretty much, that would have been lovely.
And a first down is the signal, and that's going to just about do it. Here with the minute and 35 seconds left, Braintree's going to hold on for the win here today. Although you did see a couple of players for Holliston moving up the field. They thought maybe they had taken the football away. Yeah.
But nope, no fumble.
Well, Braintree hasn't had that problem here today. Holliston has.
They were able to lay off the Butterfingers before the game, and it ended up working.
Well, Braintree, deservingly so, will get their second win of the season. They've played a good game here today. I've been, for the most part, impressed by what I've seen from Braintree. I mean, there's definitely some spots they need to work on, but I think the defense made the plays when they needed to, and now it's just kneel down territory. Braintree's got to kneel it down and secure the victory. One more kneel down will end this game, and Braintree will get win number 2 on the season to go to 500, 2-2. But you mentioned that. I mean, I know we keep talking about the Stoughton game really was a game they should have won, but unfortunately they did not.
Yeah,
and now they're 2-2.
Unfortunately, I've said this ever since it happened. Since again, the guy that caught the game-winning touchdown, Jonah Lee, I've known him for a while, played against him. It's basically just imagine a guy that's like my height, but is just an extremely good route runner and has really good hands.
Well, unfortunately for Braintree, they did not win that one, but they will win here today in a convincing fashion, 34-21, as the team heads onto the field to celebrate, and Braintree will secure the victory here today in a convincing win, but I think Braintree did enough in the second half on offense, and then they got the turnovers that they needed. So
yeah, they were able to fix the defensive problems from the first half and the second half, and that's what got them the win. That and also the offense as well.
So I want to recap the scoring here in this game. Back in the first half, it was McGurn who scored the 11-yard touchdown to give Braintree a 6-0 lead. And then Tellier on a quarterback sneak put Braintree ahead 13-0. And then it was 2 touchdowns in a row from Sweeney for Holliston, 23 yards out to make it 13-7. And then the go-ahead score till halftime, right at the waning seconds of the first half to go ahead 14-13. And then here in the second half, Braintree with a 24-yard touchdown run by Franciosa Johnson to go ahead 19-14. And then Tellier with a second quarterback sneak. And Braintree with the 2-point conversion put themselves ahead 27-14. Harding got Holliston closer with a touchdown run of 3 yards out to make it 27-21. And then after the interception by Garrity, Braintree came down, and then Franciosa Johnson from 62 yards out with the touchdown run to make it 34-21, and the final score in this ball game as Braintree improves to 2-2. You talked about the turnovers in this game, 4 of them for Holliston. 1 in the first half on the muff punt, and then an interception and 2 fumbles here in the second half. So
yeah,
that's the story.
Just killed Holliston. That's what happened. I mean, there was a while that it was within a touchdown, and then the turnovers came into effect. The 2 fumbles, and both fumbles were in the second half. Well, no, 1 fumble was, but they had 2 interceptions as well. So again, 4 turnovers in a game. That's normally a recipe for disaster.
Well, a good one here today for Braintree here in homecoming. They get win number 2 of the season to improve to 2-2. Again, Franciosa Johnson, a couple scores, Tellier with a couple scores, and Braintree with the victory 34-21 over Holliston as Braintree moves to 2-2 with the victory. So our live stream coverage has concluded. Sorry about any of the technical difficulties. We're having some trouble with YouTube, but I think the game still has been streaming live on our TV station on Comcast and Verizon. So that'll conclude our coverage. I want to thank our camera person here today, John Orfanos, my partner here today, TJ Chamberlain. I'm Mike Wassel. We'll see you next time.